Hello and welcome to yet another edition of the Hockey Republic. My name is George Njuguna. I'm still alone, clearly, as you can see. My host decided to vamos on me, but today I have a beautiful lady whom has decided to join me. How are you?
I'm fine.
You're
How are you?
good?
Yeah.
How do you like this place?
It's nice. It's
Uh-huh.
very calm. It's very chilled.
Uh-huh.
So yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
You're enjoying, eh?
Yes.
After this, I'll buy you some tea.
You should.
Yeah?
You should.
You should, eh?
Yeah. Meniaka
Linda
kwa baridi.
Kapkea is joining me today. Thank you so much for joining us. And today we are just talking about the umpires edition. That is what we are focusing on. She's pretty young and she's into umpiring. I wonder what Mark and I at our ages we were doing, what we were doing with our lives. Anyway, we are coming to you live from SK Garden House or Guest House, if you like to call it. And they are not just available in Nairobi, they're in Mombasa, they're in Kisumu, Homa Bay to be specific. Yes, and so many other places that they are in. But today we are coming to you live from their Nairobi office, or rather guest house. And if you'd like to just come and stay away from Nairobi. I mean, why in Nairobi do you hear birds chirping? Like if you can hear in the background what is happening. So it is only here. And of course, her being a Calais, we are going to take some tea after this.
We have to.
Enjoy some very
Yeah.
nice tea. And of course, we have some news that we are going to talk about. And so stay tuned for that. You can follow us on our social media handles. That is Hockey KE on Facebook or Hockey Kenya on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Both accounts, they are on there. But today we are just live on YouTube. Linda, how are you?
I'm fine.
Tell us more about yourself. Who is Linda Kapkea?
Ooh. Huh. Linda Kapkea.
Yeah.
Huh. How do people answer my question? It usually puts someone on the spot when you asked, "Who are you?"
Yeah.
Uh,
Don't think about an interview. This
yeah,
is not an
it's
interview.
not
We're
an
just having a
interview. Yeah,
discussion.
Linda Kapkea.
Yeah.
Young,
Uh-huh.
vibrant, I
Uh-huh.
guess.
Yeah.
Curious,
Uh-huh.
interesting.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Where did Linda go to high school?
High school, Pangani. Yeah.
Just down the road. Eh?
Yeah.
Number 9.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Number 9.
Yes.
Good. When did you start playing hockey? Was it before high school or?
No.
Yeah.
The people who play high school before.
Yes.
Okay.
If you went to group of schools.
Yeah, maybe. No. I started in Form 2.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
two.
Form 2.
Okay.
Yes.
Who dragged you to the hockey pitch?
Myself.
Uh-huh.
Because I was chasing funkies.
Ah.
Yeah, so it was just more of
Everyone
like,
chases
guys,
funkies,
yeah,
eh?
yeah. So at the beginning, it was because of,
Uh,
so that you can step out of school.
yeah.
And then the first days of training were intense. They would make you run so that you give up.
Yeah.
Because everyone wants to join the team.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then I kept coming back somehow. I kept coming back. Then Form 3, Form 4. I mean, it was interesting. It was interesting. It kept me disciplined. It kept me organized. You have training in the evening, so you have to study during the day. When other people are in class studying, you are on the pitch. So, yeah, it helped me in school. It really did. It kept me in check. Yeah.
Good. And when did you make it to the national team? Or rather, main team in the school?
Form 3.
Ah.
Yeah, Form 3. Form 3 is when it got interesting. I started playing as a defender.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Good. You've been a defender.
Senior players who help you out. The friendlies were always interesting in the evening. It was fun. Yeah, I guess that was it. There wasn't much. Just played, and then at the same time is when, no, actually, yeah, at the same time is when I was also doing officiating in high school games.
You started officiating
High school games
Ah.
when I was still in campus. It was the this Nairobi games.
Yeah.
I don't know what they were
The
called
secondary
before
school games.
they separated them into different counties.
Yeah.
And before, when it was just everyone playing the
Yeah.
same league.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I started. Yeah.
Out of interest or?
My former coach, is the one who was organizing the games. So he, I'm feeling cold. He
Call you?
he called me to come and like assist in some of the games, and then that's when I just developed an interest in officiating.
Yeah.
Then during a friendly in KU, Wazalendo came, and then I decided to help out with officiating, and that's when Wiki and Majiwa told me I should,
Keep it up.
And maybe try and do it now on the next level. They're the ones who now pulled me into the league.
The league.
Yeah.
Good. We'll get to talk about your umpiring journey, but let's just continue a bit with the game. So, KU, I mean, how was it just being there and
fun? It was fun. I mean, no pressure. Just playing.
Just play. Yeah?
It's just playing.
Yeah,
like
after all, you paid school fees.
It was just show up for training, show up for Kusa, show up for league matches. No pressure, just competition.
Yeah.
And I had fun. I had a lot of fun. Yeah.
Good. Then you transitioned. Did you play for a different club?
No.
Yeah. Okay. And how did you now, after Majiwa and Wiki pulled you in, when did you now join and started being umpiring?
When was it? I think it was 2016. Wow. Oh, I started with international schools. Yeah. Just a few games here and there to at least get some experience before the league started. Then I didn't do any league matches, but the first game I did was a tournament in Mombasa. Was it 5-a-side? Was it 5-a-side?
Yes.
It was 5-a-side.
Yes.
That was my very first tournament.
That should be Sana. If I'm not
wrong. No, it wasn't Sana.
Yeah.
It was 5-a-side.
Okay.
Those are 5-a-side.
Okay.
It was scary. I remember my first game was Butali against, I think, USIU. And I've not done any like senior matches before. All I've done is just like to kids. So now here you are with people who are in the Premier League.
Yeah.
And it's a 5-a-side, so I also really don't know the rules.
Yeah.
It's chaotic.
But the difference is not really a lot.
Yeah, but at that time I was way too concerned about how to officiate and make everything perfect, so you're confusing the rules and you don't want people to see how confused you are. And then it was interesting. It was an interesting tournament. That was my very first tournament.
How was it after?
Yeah.
What did the more experienced umpires tell you about?
It was a good start.
Who are you officiating alongside?
There were a couple of officials. All the
but this first game.
Do I remember? I think it was Tito. Yeah, because they had to put me with someone who at least like help me out. Yeah. Is that Tito or Robalo? I can't remember. It was one of the two. It was confusing but interesting. After the tournament is when I realized that I really enjoy doing this. So tournament, then they started giving me now league matches. I don't remember my first one at City Park, but I'm very sure I was scared. Because one, I used to always refuse being on the side with the fans.
Yeah.
Because people are shouting, guys are calling you, the players are screaming.
Which is better, being on the coach's side or this other side?
Nowadays there's no big difference. At the beginning, I never wanted to be on that side because everyone is screaming up for like at the terrace, and now you're scared, and then you're being called names, and then there's sometimes like you've not seen the foul, but the fans have seen the foul, so the fans are the ones that, hey, I've gone down. I'm like,
what's going on?
What did they see that I didn't see? At the beginning, I used to really, really listen to the crowd. Like I didn't know how to block the noise. you need to be able to know how to block the noise.
How do you do it? 'Cause
Oh,
I wonder. Let me just give you an example, and I know he won't get offended by this, but my good friend Jaco, who once in a while would come and watch a Green Sharks game against Police with his drums. He will tell you. He doesn't mean bad, but he will tell you what he wants to
what
tell
he
you
wants to
and what
say.
is on his mind.
Uh-huh.
How are you able to block off?
it.
Yeah.
I think it just takes time. At the beginning, it's very confusing because you have to focus on the game, the players, remember all the rules, make decisions in 2 seconds, and still block. Oh, it takes a lot. But eventually, when you learn to just cancel it out, it gets interesting.
Yeah.
Actually, I like being on that side nowadays. When people are shouting is when you're even more focused because you can't afford to make a mistake because they'll see it.
Yeah.
So even on this other side, actually there's no good side because even on this other side it's the coaches.
Yeah.
On the other side it's the fans.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Who do you look up to? Or who is that umpire that you look up? And it can be, in Kenya. Let's start with Kenya.
In Kenya, 2.
Uh-huh.
Tito and Obalo. I think both or 3. Tito, Obalo and Babas. They have something about them that just makes them very, very unique. So I'm always trying to pick from all 3. And then now I become the super umpire eventually with all these powers from all these people. Yeah. So the 3 of them definitely. Anytime they're doing games, I just observe how does he handle this? How does he handle this? They handle the game very differently. So I usually just pick the different how during the noise, how did he handle this? How did he handle this? How did he? So just picking different things from the 3 of them.
Can you point out specific things from them?
Specific things like
in terms of for someone like Tito, because I've also looked at them, Tito and Obalo. Every time they call for a foul, it doesn't matter. He's the one in control. He's the one who's saying it. So whatever you people think, he will do it. But if again it is something that he needs to consult and be sure about, he will go and call it, which is not many people do it, and especially here in Kenya, whereby we don't have the video technology yet. So you are able to rely on someone else.
I don't think, is there anything I pick so many things. I don't know the way they control the game, the way they control how they approach players, the being firm on the decisions, because that's like for me sometimes what did I say, did I not? But for them, like as you've said, what they've seen is what they'll call. So it's usually it's pretty much a few, it's different things. I can't say there's anything specific. It is always something, he handled it this way, or he did it this way. So how can I do it in that manner? How can I control the game and still keep everyone calm and still keep the pressure, like not really pressure, like the game should still be interesting, but not tense. Like how do you control it?
And you have to control yourself.
Yes, you really do. You really do.
Talk me through your typical journey. Of a game. Let's say it was Orlando against Green Sharks. That is a big game. It's a derby. And you're the one officiating. What do you do? How do you prepare yourself to get yourself into the, allow me to use the word
mood? Okay. So it's a high-stake game. First thing I usually ask myself is, how have they played before? Like the previous games, how did they play against each other before? So I'll try and maybe check out the statistics of maybe the goals on that day.
Then usually they don't pass to
Hmm?
2-1.
Yeah, and then you even try and ask around, like, were you around during that game? Or if it was me who'd done that game before, I'll try and remember what happened. How were people, was it tense? Was it fast? Was it slow? Were there cards? Like, I'll try and remind myself what I know from the previous game. And then 2, I'll definitely check who I'm doing the game with, because your fellow umpire really helps you during the game. So you have to find out who you're doing the game with, so that you guys can at least talk it out, find out what uniform you guys are going to be coming with, how did they play before, like you discussed how the game was previously. Then on the day itself, you have to get there early. And then you have to come with really clean kit so that you look really good. It smells really nice. It gives you confidence when you step there and you're just fresh from head to toe. So it just gives you this confidence. Then I definitely play my music. I have mixes just to
By the way, which music do you listen to?
Oh, I listen to everything. I'm all over the place. Yeah.
But I'm sure you have a specific genre that you kind of listen to.
Ooh, before the game or normally? Before the game, I'll definitely look for something hyped, like upbeat. Yeah, just keep my heart.
Do a lot of that, and I'm going on air.
Upbeat music. Yeah, it really helps. It
calms you down. Yeah.
So yes, and then in the changing room, there's this camera, so you just set yourself up with it. Just, I've got this. I have this game. Yeah, then you step and see how it goes. You calm. You have to be very, very calm. And then now you do your best, because you really determine how the game is going to be. If there's pressure or if people are tense, you have to at least try and calm them down. You really determine how the game goes. If you come with bad moods or you're having a bad day, it can really be seen if you're sad, if you're scared. Because on so many occasions, the whole pitch is waiting for your decision. Like, everyone just goes quiet, and then we're waiting for
you to
the umpire to make the call. So,
do you have bad days on the pitch?
Bad days. How bad days are like which ones now?
In terms of, and I think it comes from probably you are going through something, and you have a high. It can even be not really a high stakes game, but something that a game is a game at the end of the day. For you guys, it doesn't matter. You have to be the best
at all times.
Than what you are. But I'm sure that things are not working. Probably your head is not in the game itself. How do you have such days? And
you can.
How do you control it?
When you're having such days, it's really good if you talk to your fellow umpire. Today I'm making a few mistakes here and there, so assist me on as many as you can. Yeah.
So the two of you coordinating.
Yes, it's very, very important, because they cover for you on the day that you're not 100%. Yeah.
I don't want to ask you who's your favorite co-partner in this in this crime, or rather in this game. But how do you tend to have a liking or someone you prefer working with? I'll be very honest. I do radio, and for radio you have to gel. If you've not gelled, then it becomes a really hard thing to do. From my conversation, seem to do you prefer umpiring with a male umpire, or do you prefer working, or doesn't matter for you?
It doesn't, because especially at the beginning when I started, it was mostly the guys who are available, so I worked with pretty much all of them. But you shouldn't step onto the pitch already biased. Like, you guys are supposed to, you're a team.
You're supposed to be one.
Whoever you put, you could even be with be assigned with someone and then they're not available on that day. So what do? You don't say, because it's not this person now, my day is going to be bad. You guys have to, you have to gel. It's because you will be placed with anyone at any point. Even when you do go for the international matches, you can't sit and always say I have a favorite, because that means you're already biased. So whoever you're with, you guys just talk, gel, help each other. The game just flows. Even people will notice the game is just flowing. Yeah, so you can't afford to have a bias. Yeah.
Talk to us. International games.
Mhm.
When was the first time you met the people?
Definitely the Abuja one. Yeah, interesting. That was interesting. Because it was very scary. Somehow when things are scary is when they're interesting. So yeah, I remember doing the first game of the tournament. These people scared, but I don't know. It's 6 eggs. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot to process. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's not. It's a rare place to
Fikita. And welcome back. Apologies for that technical hitch over there, but nonetheless, we we are back and we're just continuing. And you're telling us about your first game, continental game. How was that?
As I was saying, very intense.
Mm-hmm.
I was very scared. I will not lie to you. It's you're in a different country. You're still very new because at that time I had also just done a few, Premier League matches, not too many, just a handful.
Yeah.
But I liked it.
Yeah.
It's exposed me to just knowing that in as much as some things are very scary, they're still doable.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after that, I just felt, you know what? Now let's break these ceilings. Bring more games. Like we've already broken that that scared us so much. But now bring them. Now I was ready for more games. Because after that, I came and started doing men's games. Before that, I was only doing ladies. But then when we came back, the next season, now I was doing men's games. So everything that always seemed a bit impossible. Because if you told me to do a men's game, I'd be like, nah, it's too fast or it's too intense. But after that, that really changed. That's actually that now the next season is when I now took up officiating full time. I stopped playing and then I said, let me do now officiating until I'm really, really good. So at that time, that season, I would do Premier League ladies, Super League ladies, men's National League, men's Super League tournaments, friendlies. Like I was learning, I was growing. It was interesting.
Good one. Let's take a short break and not really taking a short break, but let's just look at some of the news that are happening and locally. And you are going to do this after this interview. You are headed to City Park. There are some trials going on down there.
Yes.
Quite an interesting thing, in my opinion, if you ask me. I mean, we've just had a team the other day. Why are we doing national trials again? But anyway, that's just but my opinion. I know you can't comment on this because it is what do I call it? You are bound by other things, so let me just spare you for that. But what is your favorite team on in the Olympics?
I haven't really been watching. By the way, if anyone has the links, please share them. Because honestly, I don't know. If we don't have DSTV, we're just suffering out here. All we're getting are updates and highlights, updates and highlights. So, but the ones that I've seen, I've seen the highlights for a few games, but I would really like to see India in the finals. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
One of producer, if you could take us to, Wazalendo had a fundraising, had a raffle ticket last weekend, a raffle draw, sorry, and someone won. I can't remember the names. I'm trying to look for the details, but I'll get them as the show goes on. And even as we do that, also they have a golf tournament that is coming up, which is on the 26th, if I'm not wrong, of next month. That is August. So that is something that you need to look out for. 27th, yes, 27th August. They'll be having a golf charity. This will be at the Railway Golf Club, just to raise funds towards them going to ACCA. Are you going for ACCA? African Cup Championships?
Or like my own pocket?
No. As an umpire?
No, there is no ladies team that's going, so you can't. When there's a ladies team going is when a female umpire goes.
Okay.
So if it's a men's team, it's going to be a male umpire.
Just a male umpire.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you can go on your own. Windhoek is not a good, is not a bad town. It's actually said one of the most expensive town in Africa.
I'll talk to Wazalendo nicely. Tell them to throw me in their suitcases. And then I'll go with them.
But you train with them sometimes.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, that would be a good thing. And looking at the other news, some good news to the guys in Siaya. Siaya County hockey team received a goalkeeper's kit donated by Boldwick Rip. This is Boldwick Rip rather, and then we have Paul Leggett and the Dutch hockey family through Tomolal, and they donated a goalkeeper's kit, really looking nice, and it's a good thing for hockey. What's your take in regards to county hockey? In terms of growth, that is.
In terms of growth, I really don't follow up so much on county hockey because all I know is Nairobi. I've been born and raised here, so so mostly people who've been traveling to other counties or involved in other counties are the ones who.
Have you umpired a game outside Nairobi?
Yeah.
Except Mombasa.
Yes. This tournament in Kitale, the one they usually host in Kitale, right?
Bungoma.
No. This the high school. What's the name of this school?
Oh, St. Anthony.
Yes. Yeah. The just before Corona, there was a tournament.
Yes.
Yeah, that was my first time there. It was very interesting.
Nice.
Yeah.
No.
The only time I've been on that side was when I was playing. Yeah, but officiating, no. Yeah, it's just Coast and and Nakuru, of course, the tournament. But the one at Greensteads. Yes.
Good. Let's go to some Olympics, and my biggest game in this tournament was South Africa against Germany, 4-3 to SA. Quite a surprise to very many people. And let's just look at the standings, and I know Mr. Producer is going to put it up on the screens for us. But if we can look at the standings right now, that is the South Africa game after they won 4-3, and I know that is a big win for South Africa. It gave me hopes that if we can beat Germany, we can. But now their next game against England, they were Belgium, 9-1.
Oh, I saw the highlights. Yeah.
That was really good. But I think it's a good improvement for especially the men's side, because I mean they have won. They have really been improving, and they are really psyched up for this Olympics. This is for the men, I think it's the sixth or the fifth, and then the ladies it's the fourth. Ladies have not really been performing really well, but for the men it's been something else, and it's really been a good one. And let's see where they go. And if you can just look at the table standings right now, the producer is going to put it up on the screen. In Pool A, Australia are leading with 13 points from 5 games, followed by India, and then Argentina, and then Spain. The 4 have qualified. So Australia, India, Argentina, and Spain qualify for the semis, or rather the quarters. And then in Pool B, we have Belgium, Germany, Great Britain, and Netherlands, who have also qualified. But the Pool A seems to be the competitive one, because I mean, looking at the statistics, and I'm sure you can see them here. Australia have 13 points, India have 12, only a goal difference of 1 rather, which is something that has really been a high-stake game. And we were speaking with Mark, and you're saying, they are the most qualified in terms of points, right? Yes, in terms of points. So this is quite interesting. Surprising is Japan. Rio, they really performed really well, but or rather their performance was good, but at home, we thought they would play home ground advantage, but they have not been good. Lost all the four, won only one, and have a goal difference of -8. Yeah, it is, which is something else. And then Belgium have really dominated the second, the Pool B with 13 points, with 17 goal difference of 17.
That's impressive.
I think they really went out against South Africa. They really needed to get what they needed to and send a statement out there. And so, just won that. Looking at the bottom table, we have, Canada is the last one with only a point from only a point from a draw that they had, having bagged 18 goals.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, a lot. That is quite a lot. I'm going to share my screen, and I know my producer is going to just highlight this. So let me just share my screen so that you get to see who plays who in the quarters. And as we share that screen, I know it is going to show right now, Mr. Producer. And even as he gets it, let's look at the men. And if you can look at the men who has qualified for the quarters, the draw was done. Germany will be facing Argentina. This is tomorrow at 3:30 a.m. in the morning, Kenyan time or East African time. And then the second game will be at 6 a.m. That is Australia against Netherlands. Belgium will be taking on Spain. This is going to be a hot one because they have met a couple of times in the World Hockey League, and it's they actually met in the finals, right? If I'm not wrong. But but I know whether I think it was Spain which won the last time I saw this, and then we have Great Britain against India. Okay, let's give our predictions. Germany against Argentina.
Oh man, I'm thinking. Oh my goodness, I don't know. This is why I don't. This is why I don't gamble. I just look at the teams and then I panic. Like, what if it's the other one?
Give it to Argentina.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
I think they are going to. They're going to, though it's going to be a very tight game.
Yes,
but I'll give it to Argentina. I'll give it a score of 2-1. Australia against Netherlands.
Australia. Yeah.
Okay. I see where your heart is. Slowly by slowly.
That's why in Australia.
Spain, Belgium.
You read Belgium.
Yeah?
Belgium. Yeah.
But this is I see them going to penalty corners. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Or rather shootouts.
Shootouts are interesting.
Yeah.
Shootouts are usually very tricky.
Yeah, very, very tricky. And then India, Great Britain.
India, of course, my team.
Yes.
I already said I want India at least in the finals.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah.
Looking at the ladies, last games were being played today, or rather, today and tomorrow are last games. Two games that were played earlier this morning. This was Ireland against South Africa. The game ended 2-0 in favor of Ireland. Ireland, this is their first time in the Olympics, and they have really performed well. I'm really looking forward to see how they'll qualify in the next, if they will qualify in the next league. And then Netherlands against India, 5-1. It was quite obvious. I mean, these are powerhouses. But then India have also shown quite a good game, because if you look at the results that they have had, I think they have won a couple of games, 1 or 2, if I'm not wrong. But anyway, let's wait and see for the ladies, because the polling ends tomorrow at 2:45, and tomorrow we have In Pool B, we'll have China against New Zealand, and then we'll have Japan taking on Spain, and then at that will be at 4 a.m. At 5:45, we'll have Argentina taking on Australia, and then we'll have India versus South Africa. Where do you put your bets?
Oh, the ladies.
Yes.
Oh my. I want to say South Africa because they're with us here, but then India also interesting.
very
They're
interesting.
really
They're playing
good.
some good
Yeah.
hockey. Yeah, quite some
Oof.
good hockey. Yeah,
That's
Germany versus Netherlands. That will be at 12:30 p.m. and then we'll have Ireland taking on Great Britain. This will be an English derby.
Yes,
Yeah.
it will be. These games are, the
Yeah,
Olympics are interesting.
I hope Ireland win at least
Why?
that game. Yeah,
Why?
they're new. I mean, I always favor the underdogs.
Oh,
My
okay.
heart is
Yeah,
always,
okay.
always goes for the
Me
underdogs.
too. Me too. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it. Let's bring this to a close. And what's the future for Linda?
Oh,
Where do you want to see yourself in the next? I'll give you 20 years because you're quite young. I don't want people to know you're a billionaire.
what do I say myself? Definitely, I want to get an FIH badge, and that's it. I'm really determined to get that. Yeah, I want to be recognized on an international level. I want in years to come, I'm the one who's on that. In the way that they give the team list and everything, all the details, and then I want you to see
Linda Kapkea.
Yeah, Kenya.
Yeah.
Awesome. That definitely, I want to represent the country as an official. Yes. In terms of what else, I'm really hoping here we will be able to go back because the break that we took really, I mean, just not really break. It wasn't a break that we took. It was just, Corona.
Yeah.
It affected so many things. So everyone trying to get back to their level of fitness, the progress that they had made. It's going to take some time. I'm really hoping we get an opportunity to go back because everyone has their own personal goals. I had my own goals. Someone else had their goals, and then Corona happened, so everything had to be put on pause.
Yeah.
So I'm really hoping we just get to go back. At the moment, everyone is just doing, social hockey.
Yeah.
So I'm really encouraging people to just go back to training. I mean, right now is the time that there's no pressure.
Yeah.
Like there's literally no pressure.
Yeah.
Just go back to the pitch, go back to playing simple hockey, go for training, have fun. Because we went from a very competitive season to no games at all to now people are, trying to get friendlies, these tournaments. I can see people making an effort. People are really making an effort to, keep this game alive or interesting. People are really doing their part. They're asking for just friendlies, going to just, football pitches and training. And let's just hope things change. Let's just hope it improves. Let's hope there'll be more tournaments. But my only encouragement to people is just go back to training. No one right now is playing anything too intense. So go back and have fun. This is the only time you can actually just show up to the pitch number. Yeah.
Good. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
You're welcome.
There's a friend of mine. Her name is Kelly Dunn. She's Canadian, an umpire.
Oh.
I'll actually next time I bring her on board, I would want you to be part of that panel so that you get to share the experience with someone who has the badge that you have, and I really hope that you can, learn something. And I wish you all the best. You are young. I can see you're very ambitious, and you can go places. Keep doing what you're doing, and don't forget to play the game. Invite me for some social.
Come, yeah, social. Right now it's just social. Just fun.
Yeah. Good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us this week. Apologies again for the technical hitch, but nonetheless, a good able technical team. Mark, who is today in the background, then we have Victor, who's on the other side, and they're doing amazing stuff. Thank you so much. See you next week, same time, same place. And for those who are, watching us from wherever, and let me just have one shout out from Mike Kwambo, who's watching us, and he's saying, watching the show, great story about umpiring. And thank you so much, Kwambo, and for everyone who is watching. I see you next week, sometime, same place. And of course, this has been courtesy of SEK Guest House. Bye bye, and God bless you.
Bye.